Hi Miriam. Oh, sorry. Hi Corolla. Just wait for a few more to join us. Hope you're all well. Sorry about the little shake. I like to have the camera, you know, so it's sort of right above, and occasionally you can catch it with your arm. Sorry about that. Right, I was going to bring a few things in ready. We're going to have a play with. Hi Jan, hi Dawn, hi Natasha. Righty, we've got a few with us. The video will go on YouTube afterwards, so if you do arrive a little bit late, it can obviously be rewatched. Okay, so this evening we're gonna have a little play with a few, quite a few of Lisa's products actually. What I wanted to do is show you how they work with other products. One thing I do remember, and I think it was something Lisa mentioned on one of her first shows, she wanted all her products to work with any of your existing, or as many as possible of your existing products, because Lisa likes to give us things that are versatile, and everything she brings out also with work what she brought out in the earlier days, which is great, because then for me you're getting more value for money. It is quite hard. I'm going to try and move this around a little bit. It's difficult to get on the camera, but this on the flower we've got sort of there is a really gentle subtle sparkle. It's not glitter, it's mica, and that's when you want more of a subtle rather than your real sparkle. I mean, don't get me wrong, the mermaid's tails are my dream, and I do like, but occasionally we want something, you know, we don't always want that. We want something a bit more gentle. So that's the card we're aiming at, but obviously it's often a bit different by the time we get to the end of it. Hi Christine, thank you for joining me, really appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm concentrating on tonight is Lisa's mica powders. Now I got these pots a while ago. In fact, I sort of pinched them off Mum because she's a beader, because I like my powders in these. So these are the primary colours of mica, and I've also got the iridescent set, because I do love mica powder, because I think you can do so much with them. So what I want to show you is that I'm not sure if any of you have the brushos. I know these aren't from Lisa, but I know a lot of us have things in our stash and we don't always bring it out. And what I discovered recently, Lisa's mica powders work beautifully with the brushos. I like the brushos because they are a mixed colour. They are the pigment is all different colours, and it's actually the pigment that if you mixed it with water heavily, it would just turn. For instance, that's ultramarine, so it will turn to ultramarine, but you get all the colours that make up that colour. So, but those don't have a shine or a pearlescence. So the magic comes with Lisa's micas. Now you can go with the coloured ones, or you can use just the powdered brusho colour and just use the iridescent. The choice is yours. You can do the effect with just the strong coloured micas and the pearlescence. That is possible, but you won't get I like to use a little bit of brusho for this technique, just because you get a little bit of colour. You get the colour burst. That's what they are. They're made to sort of do a burst. So I think sometimes it's nice bringing in other bits and bobs for your effect. Now there's two ways of doing this. You will have seen sometimes when people use the powders on shows, and you can also do it with your micas, that they spray the whole area with water first and then start adding the powders. Or the other way, you can add the powders and then you add the water afterwards. Now, this is quite cheap water paper, so I'll just warn you, it does warp. I'm going to show you a little tip how to flatten it out afterwards, but we'll get going first. So today I'm going to spray. This is just quite a fine sprayer, but whatever water spray you've got, okay. Quite generous. There's a few speckles. We can always, don't forget, you can always add more, but you can't take it away. So first of all, I'm going to start with a little bit of Lisa's powders. I'm going to use the brush. Love this brush. This is the one that you get, I think you get it with some of them. I got it with one of my sets. I love it. Love this brush. What you want to do, you don't, less is more with this. You really don't need a lot, but obviously I am doing a full A4 sheet. So you want to gently dip into the powder and then you want to tap into the water. Now, I'm not sure, you probably can't get the full effect on screen, but as it's hitting the water, it's not spreading like the brushos, because that's not what this is meant to do, but it is splitting, and you're getting a lovely sort of pearlescent, like a sheen. It's beautiful. You see there, it's just, oh, it's just really lovely. Okay, so I think that's enough of the blue. Then we're gonna, I'm just giving my brush a little dust off on my towel at the side. Then I've got, I love this because when you're looking at them, it just looks yellow, but it has like a beautiful gold tinge. Hi Sarah, hi Christine, hi Margaret. Sorry if I've missed anybody. If you have any questions, and I do miss them because I get in concentration, obviously I'll go through afterwards. Right, I'm going to just... now, I don't know if you can see. You see like the effect? It's really shining. It's just lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right. And then I'm just brushing off the yellow. Only so I don't contaminate them. But to be honest, it's not going to hurt them. I get a little bit of red. You only need a... in fact, that's probably too much. These... sorry, I've knocked it all off there. They're so pigment. In fact, they're the most pigmented micas I think that I've used. They are... I've only really had paler ones before. These are really some, so we're going to add a little bit of red. And then, I'm just going for it. I'm going for every colour, because it doesn't matter. It's, you can use whatever colour you want, and a tiny little dip of green. Love the green. So pretty. And what we're basically doing with this, all we're doing with this is... to make a background sheet, what we would use later. That's the point of this, and to die cut out of, because I think sometimes you forget when you die cutting, you know, it's handy to have all these things ready, then you can just go straight to it. Now I've added the powders. I mean, it already looks lovely. I'm going to start adding a bit of the brusho. Now, any colour, this is just a turquoise. Like I say, you can do more. You can dab it with wipes, kitchen roll, spread it round. You don't have to have the brushos. It's only that I've got them, and I like to bring other products in. I like to share my products around, you know, so I'm getting the use out of everything. Now with these, because the water's sort of drying out, you just tap them. It's like a bit like salt and pepper, and you don't need a lot of these. Okay, so I've got a bit of lime green. Alright, I know it looks a bit of a puddle at the moment, but this is how you learn techniques, because you have to go through the ugly stage to get the pretty, and you learn that over time. This is what I think's prevented me in the past of trying a lot of mixed media and things. I've got to a stage and thought, yucky, and sort of, you know, thrown it away. Whereas you go through that and you come out the other side. So we've added a few brushos. You see they've split a little bit. Then this is like where the bit of magic will happen. Now, depending on how much water you spray will depend on how much they split. Okay? Can you see how they're sort of splitting? Okay. Now I'm just going to give it a little blast with a heat gun, because I don't want to dab it. What you've got to be careful, you don't, unless you want it, you don't want to pull too much colour off. Now, this, you make this to suit how, whatever design you'll make. So these colours are your choice. This is just, I just like the blue, the yellow and the green, and I think a little bit of red in there, it just it sets it off nicely. It's not, I'm not drying it fully because we're not going to use this actual sheet because I like to leave it to dry properly. Now finally, if you've got the micas, the iridescent, these are really beautiful. I like to add a little bit of these on too. So I'm just going to make sure I've got all that off. Right, so I found with this brush, so I have a tea towel outside of me. If you just give it a quick dust down, it does clean all the sorry, just got the camera, it does clean all the dust off. Right, okay. So now we're going to go in with the gold, and I don't know if you can get that, whether like it just absolutely, oh, it brings, oh, it's difficult to explain without seeing it, but it brings like an iridescence to it. It's magical, and I would think this would be nice for the fairies backgrounds, anything, or you could do, it'd be nice for Christmas, but you know, doing the Christmas colours. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sort of bring that up a little bit. It is wet. Right, if you can, I'm hoping that you can get the iridescent sparkle. So at this point, now you can start drying it with a heat tool if that's what you want to do, or what I tend to do, I'll get a wipe and I'll also get a little bit of a cloth or kitchen roll. Just get my cloth, and then I will tap off the excess, as you can see there. Go. Or rather than waste it, if you've got another piece, what I'm going to do, just if you've got another piece, this is what I've been using for a mask, but if you can also, if you've got another piece of watercolour card, there you go, then you've got more backgrounds. These make wonderful backgrounds. So I've got these little, see these little, they're just two before. And dab these on here. There you go, look at that, how beautiful. I'm hoping you can see that. That is stunning. And there's your background. I would just gently edge with distress ink, so you could do probably 5 or 6 of those, and that's, then you get, obviously you're getting more out of your product yet again. In fact, before I move it, I can't resist, I'm going to do another one because I love that. And these are all things just playing, just play. And what you can remember, at the end of the day, it's just paper, and this is cheap watercolour paper. If you use the real, you know, the thick expensive stuff, it doesn't warp as much, but it doesn't bother me because I just leave it to flatten out overnight. Oh gosh, look at that one. Imagine these for Christmas. Now, what you've got to remember, it's going to be very difficult to duplicate. Each one's going to be different, okay? You're not going to get the same. Right, now's my tip. So if you leave it to dry naturally, actually there's not a lot of buckling on this. This will probably dry quite flat. But if you've gone in with the heat tool, you will find sometimes you do get some buckling. Now, this is just my little tip. I'm just going to reach over and get this. Oh, right. My husband got me this. It's marble, and it was from a builder's merchant, and it's just it's heavy, it's solid marble. And what I do with, I've got a couple of pieces, and I lay them on my projects overnight, any backgrounds I've been doing, and the next day they are, or a few hours later, they're absolutely flat. What works, if you can't get, I mean these were free, but if you've got a marble kitchen saver. And how I learnt this technique, I was looking after a friend's dog at her house, and I was doing some inky projects, and she had a piece of marble ink set, and I used that. I was like, oh, I need some marble, and then my husband fetched, oh right, this one I've had, this is a lot paler, just a different one for you. Okay, so that's how we get the background. And what I would do, I would batch make these, make quite a few of them, and then they're in stash then already. Okay, that's done. Right then, so that's just the next little technique, and it's just how to make your products go further. So for the card, I have used the, I'm just going to get the die set for you, the square and scalloped. There we go. See the scalloped? I've used the scalloped and the next size up, which is the black. Sorry, the die set's here somewhere. It's gone a little walkabout because I've got that many things out to show you. Let's see if it's no, sorry, it's gone a little walkabout. I'll find you that later. So, but you know the one with the scalloped edges. This is one of my favourites because it layers up so easily. Lisa's watercolour card. Yes, Lisa's watercolour card would be fantastic. I haven't got any of Lisa's. It's something that I need to get. This was just some I had in my stash from a long time ago, which is now running out. So I will try and get hold of some of Lisa's, because the thing is with Lisa's, hers is a lot better quality and you won't get all the warping. It's only that I had this in my stash and I thought it's not really good enough to do really, you know, decent watercolour on, but it'll do just for backgrounds. But I would like to try some of Lisa's, so yeah, remember that. Okay, so I have pre-done die cut the deckled edge. The reason I've done so is because I needed it to be dry. Now if you can see, I think you can see close up, can you see all the where the mica powder's sort of collated? Now because I've added water, it has binded, and I don't think so. I've got from earlier, I've got bits on fingers, it doesn't come off. If you find that you haven't watered it down enough and there is a little bit of powder, just get a little bit of cheap hairspray and that will sort the problem, sorts it out straight away. Okay, so what we're going to do now is mount, and I've got some on the back. It really doesn't matter because you're not going to see that part. Okay, these square dies are absolutely wonderful for matting and layering. Hi Natalia, thanks for doing me links, Natasha, I really appreciate that. The scallop squares, mine are on the desk somewhere, but you know when you want to make sure that you're showing everything, they're on a little hide under something. So and I like, because we're going so bright, you know me, I do like a black background. I think it always makes your colours pop. If you want something to really pop, matte and layer with black. I went for a craft card because I think these colours blend, look, they just work together, they're lovely. Now on the original I've stuck with 3D pads, which you can, but just for this one I'm going to glue down because I've got the glue in front of me, or you can use your double-sided tape. These scallop square dies I think have been my most used dies, but I sit and I do quite a lot in one go, so I've got them all ready. Right, next we have used we've used the same card, same again, and I've used the 4-point flower, which is here. 4-point balloon we call it. So I've got the die and the stamp set. These are what I've used. I love, and I think as well this is my most used floral stamp set. I just use it all the time. It's wonderful. So what I've done, I've got a little Gemini Go and I've gone through with that, and then what I did, because it's just your card, you can use this with a you can stencil. So we've got the Versafine. I like this Versafine Claire. It's the Golden Meadow, and what I've done on the original, you don't need a lot of ink, it's just gone over. You're probably better to dab, because obviously this doesn't work like a real stencil. I mean you definitely use one of Lisa's stencils. I only use this because I just thought it's the same design, and before I throw it away, I'm just trying to find multi-uses for things. You're probably only going to get one use out of it because of it is paper. And we're just going to go there, and it's quite subtle. We don't want a heavy effect really. I do like this ink, and as you see, I'm not using the distress or oxides today. I want something a bit different. Right, okay, it is quite difficult to see, but let's do a little one there, and there we go. So can you see we've just got a very subtle background, and I've got a space there. I don't like that. we have to sort that out. But what I'm going to do is have that just off the page there a little bit. Like I say, you can't really, because it's very thin, you can't really smooch around. You've got to be, you've got to dab really. Lisa's stencils would work perfect for that, but it's only that I wanted to try and match up. Okay, you can see that. Then what I've done, I've gone ahead, because I like to make quite a lot in one go, and I've cut out all the flowers with the die. And then afterwards, I've used the Golden Meadow again, because I think the colour works on top. It is very subtle, but I didn't want to do black, because if you use black, you're going to basically cover all of your beautiful colour, and I just think that that's a shame really. But can you see you can see the shimmer, and it's just very, very faint. You don't have to do that. You don't have to stamp over it. Okay, so I've got these in lots of then none of them are the same. I wouldn't say that they all fully match, because that's not what this design is for. So I think we're going to start for the biggest one. I think I've used 4 rather than the 5. I'm going to mix and match it a little bit. I'm going to go with this one, so I like that one. So what I want you to do is to grab each petal and just gently a little squeeze. Okay, and what you'll find, you'll get a little bit of shape there. And then what we're going to do, stick that one in the corner there. You can have this flower wherever you like. Then for the next one, I think I'm going to rebel. We're going to go with, let's go with that bright one. That one. This is why I like it, because they're all different, but they do kind of match as well. You know, I could have just stuck to the blues, but I thought, oh yeah, let's do that. Let's just go. Let's stick that down. That's it. Then I think we will go that one. And again, just with your fingers, slight pinch. Stick that down. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Natasha, for doing the links. Yeah, if for any stamp and die set you're doing, this 4 point blooms is just it's wonderful, and it works with everything. And for Christmas, it's going to do all your poinsettia. It'll just do everything. It really will. I'm just going to reach over, because I only did 4, I think, on that original one. Yeah, I've got a 5th one here. There's a little one. And as you can see, the colours are all slightly different. And then we'll stick one in the middle. Okay. Then I don't know if you've got the pearl set. This is the Barley. I love this colour, because it's like as it says Barley, but it goes with everything. It seems to match with everything what I do. So, and of course we have, you know, I have the ugly picker upper, because I know I say it every time, I melted it and put it back together, but it works. It's brilliant. I'm going to order some spare heads, because I want a pretty one. Okay, so we're going to put a pearl in the middle. I'm going to go for the smaller size, I think. There we go. See, it's coming together. But you can see, if you make all these backgrounds up, then you've got all your prep done. You can use all Lisa's dies, all the new floral dies, your matting and layering. You can do all sorts with them, and it works. It really does. So, and then this is the other part of the die. I put these to one side so I don't lose them. These are the little flourishes. Don't forget about these, because these are gorgeous. These are really beautiful. Yes, Claire, it does build into a beautiful flower. You're right. It's so what we're going to do with these, I'm going to put that there. Okay, and that's the other one, and you find they're opposite each other, so they match beautiful. I just think they're so pretty. And then on my other card, I did do another one there. Yeah, I'll have another one just there. So, and what will happen, you see, I put that sheet we did earlier, I shall put the marble or something heavy on top of that, and then I'll have another sheet all ready to die cut. But what I'll do use a different die, so I can show you different techniques with that. Okay, so there's a basic card. For my sentiment, I used the Just Saying Collection Bold Words, but obviously Lisa's got quite a few different ones out now, so you know, you use whichever you feel goes with your card or the occasion. So, and the reason I like this is because I like the boldness, and they're easy to cut out. So I do cut out, but I don't like fussy cutting all the time. Sometimes I like to something that's a bit easy. So the blank piece I've just done in the Golden Meadow, like that. And then the birthday, I'm using VersaFine Clair again. For sentiments and crisp stamping, I will always go to VersaFine Clair. Again, we all have our own little favourites. This is just Lisa's stamping card, what I'm using, because it works for everything. It's brilliant. And then I put these on different blocks just so I can show you quickly. There we go. Then I've got birthday and wishes, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp the wishes in the middle of there, but we are going to cut that down. I think that was a really clever idea of Lisa's to put this blank background in, because you can do any different colour. And what I like as well, you could do that sort of in a paler pink, and then you could have your wording in a bit darker pink, you know, so it's like a contrast. Love that. Very, very clever. And use that with your other stamps. Not just with this set. Mix and match your sets, because you'll notice Lisa has made them so they all mix and match together. Okay. So we'll grab some scissors. Right, so obviously take a bit more time of cutting out when you're doing this. These are another thing, you could stamp loads of these in different colours and have them all made up ready, which would be great. Right, so I am trimming it down, so I'm going to try and go approximately the same on each side. Wishes. Then what I'm going to do with this, it does look quite nice white, you get a but as I say, I really enjoy this Golden Meadow at the moment. We all have our little favourites, don't we? Thanks for the links, Natasha. Thank you, Christine. That's lovely of you. Then make sure your I think it is dry. Yeah, we're all right. The VersaFine is dry. I'm just doing a gentle blending over. And what you could do, what would be a nice idea, you could pick out some of the colours. So you could start with the Golden Meadow. You could go on to the Salty Ocean and blend, you know, blend across in different colours. What would be nice. Okay, and what I like, I said about this one, they are so easy. I can cut out, I think, get a bit lazy sometimes. Right, here we go. So, if you move the paper rather than the scissors, you will find it floats round lovely. There we go. I like watching Natasha cut out, because Natasha, last time I saw Natasha was using these huge scissors, and I was like, wow, how do you cut out with such big scissors? Yeah, she's really good at it. I think Lucinda is our other pussy cutter, who's wonderful. There you go. Okay. Right, one thing I didn't do with this one, what I did with your original, I caught the edge of the flowers with a little bit of Salty Ocean. Which I have got here. I could actually do that. Right. I've already stuck it on, but it's fine, it'll work. Okay, so what you want, just go over, or if you've got a mini one, you know the mini ones, I have got one somewhere. Yeah. Sometimes it's just the finishing touches. Can you see that? You fussy cut too, Dawn. Oh, bless you. Right. Can you see that? Yeah, it needed that. I knew there was, you know, there's something just not quite right. I used the, it was just the nearest blue I could find, the Salty. I like the Salty Ocean because it's quite bright. And I like one of Lisa's favourites as well, Broken China. That works lovely. Okay, so what we're going to do with these, I don't want to lose that sentiment. We're going to stick these on with 3D foam. I have a roll behind me, so I'm just going to, I am here, folks, just cutting some off. That's it. There we go. So we're going to just let me cut a little bit of that off. It's coming together. Right. Use your tools, Heidi. It's alright, I've not stuck that there. It's not very good, this 3D foam. I need some more. Oh, here we go. Come on. There we go. These tweezers are perfect for this. I'll tell you what they are best for. It's not so much the foam because it's sticky, but you know your double-sided tape? They are. I'm not going to bother with that one. The double-sided tape, they pull it off so easily. It's because I've got a broken nail, so my nails aren't catching it either. I'm going to do this one with my nails. Yeah, the tweezers are best for this when it's a tape. Right. Okay, birthday. So always when you're doing a live as well, you're trying to get everything right. Okay, so there you go. And a little finish off that I like to do with my cards, we're nearly done, is I like to do the lines around the edges. Now, you know, you've seen me do this. I do it very, very quickly because I don't want them to be straight. Because I think when they're straight, it takes the effect away. Could use a liner a little bit. This is quite a fine one actually. Probably one a bit thicker might have been a bit better, but it doesn't matter. Either will do. Thank you, Natasha. Yes, Wendy, it is good for relaxing. You're right there. And then I like to do my little 2 dashes. The wonkier the lines, the more natural I think, the better. And then to finish off, where's my glue? There we go. We are going to just add, I think, a pearl in each corner. And this time we will use the larger ones. Ooh, there we go. Love this picker up tool. Favourite tool ever, and I have had lots of tools over the years. Right. And I think we are about done. There we go. Do you like that? Oh, thank you, Natalia. Yeah, if you can get under the light, what I love, it's the brushos are lovely, but they are sort of quite a plain colour. You know, it's the micas, it's Lisa's micas that make them work, and that's what I wanted to show you. That get Lisa's products out, and sometimes if you've got something in your stash think I might really use that a while, mix it with Lisa's because it works. It really, really does. All of Lisa's products I found have worked with everything of my current stash, which makes me inclined to want to buy more of them. I love them. And there we go. You see that one? That's the original. And as you can see, very slightly different, but we've got the beautiful pearlescent. Right, that's the cards finish. So just a few things to tell you. My beautiful partner in crime, bless her, will be live next Wednesday. But before that, we have a lovely dawn on Friday. We have, I'm not sure if Jane's on Sunday, depends if she's working. Then we're back to wonderful Claire on Tuesday, and then obviously again back to Natasha on Wednesday. So I hope you've enjoyed the live. Lisa's back on our screens next week. All sneak peeks will be coming soon, and all I can say is they're going to be very, very busy shows and really, really exciting. Definitely oh no, Jane, thanks Dawn, you are really, really going to enjoy the shows. I know you are, because the products are wonderful. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I really appreciate you joining me. Take care. Bye.